So, Coach Brent, you're getting ready to start another season. What's the mindset like right now? I know the last time you guys played was right before the start of COVID-19, and now it's a new season ahead. And what's been the mindset?
I think the mindset of the team, guys coming in and probably not knowing when they're going to play. One time you came in and they said maybe November 10th or something like that, 9th or 10th. Then they came this past week and said they're supposed to vote somewhere maybe next week on the 16th or something, and maybe try to move it back to November 25th, maybe a day before Thanksgiving. So then the guys have heard, maybe move everything back to January. So I think uncertainty right now, just wanting to get back to some normalcy, but just not knowing right now.
What has been, I guess, the more difficult part throughout this, pandemic, from like initially when you guys couldn't play in the conference tournament all the way up until now?
You know what? Just the different things you have to go through. Taking the COVID test every Friday, wearing a mask, not being able to go to class, not having football on campus and the band on campus, and not being able to hang out on the yard. So just the regular college life has been different for our kids. And guys that are seniors, they look forward to that. This is their last time around. They can't get it back. So the fall semester at Jackson State is a big semester. You got a lot going on, a lot of activities, a lot of fun going on, and then kids just don't get to experience that this year.
Right, absolutely. In terms of this year's team, coming back from last year, not getting a chance to play in the conference tournament, what can fans expect in this year's team?
I think we got some guys coming back that played a lot last year. Jonas James and Tristan Jarrett, two all-conference kids, along with Jay inside. So you got three guys that have played in the league, that played at a high level last year, and then you got two guys that kind of started some games, came off the bench, Canaan McCullum and Darren Wilson. Both of those guys played a lot of minutes. So you got five guys returning from last year's group, which is a good nucleus for us, and then you add the new guys. The biggest thing is trying to get the new guys adjusted with the COVID, with not being able to go around campus, and just a lot of things going on in their minds. So those kids are struggling just because they're not used to what's going on. So it's a big adjustment for coaches and players.
Absolutely. I was talking to Jay and Tristan. They said, you guys started workouts, and they said they've been a little intense because it's not the same working out, when you're not, when you're away from the court as opposed to actually being at the court. So what have you been, telling your players in terms of from a conditioning and strength standpoint?
Try to look at the schedule. Basically, trying to wait on the NCAA to give us a start date. Normally, we would have already been to the track and started our conditioning program, but we've held up on that, knowing that kids missed the spring, they missed summer workouts, so we kind of tried to take them slow. We're doing more weight workout than anything. I think the weight workouts are probably the toughest for them right now. They're lifting 3 times a week, and then we're doing individual workout 3 or 4 days a week. So we pretty much taking them maybe on a summer schedule, because we missed most of the summer. So we take them on a summer schedule for us in the gym right now until we can kind of get some clarity from the NCAA on the start date.
Right. In terms of a recruiting standpoint, I know this is nationwide with all colleges, but from a Jackson State perspective, what has that been like in terms of with the effects of COVID-19?
I thought we got one of our better recruiting classes because of the COVID. Now it's kind of difficult now, because now during this time we normally could get out and we'll be getting ready to get out and go to the junior colleges, to the high school to see kids play, and you just don't know, because a lot has happened. Kids have gotten better, probably kids have gotten worse, probably because they haven't done anything. So you haven't seen a kid since last maybe March, sometime in there, February, March, and you had a spring, you had a summer, you're getting ready to start another fall, and you still haven't seen kids. It's different when you're talking to a kid on the phone, or talking to his handler, or AAU coach, or high school coach, even talking to the parents, and then sending video. It's a lot different trying to recruit that kid, and you really don't know what you have until they get on campus. Then you're trying to learn that kid, but it's too late. Then you got to figure it out on the fly and try to make it work.
What are you seeing already in some of your older players and even some of your newer players that are coming into the program?
I think with the older guys, they know the program, they know the system, they know the weight room, they know Coach Jack, they know what she expects in the weight room. So a lot of times they're a little bit further along than the new guys. I think on the court, they know the assistant coaches. They know what they can and can't do. They know how to adjust their bodies to the morning workouts, the 6 o'clock workouts. I think with the newer players, it's a adjustment just because the intensity in the weight room, the body breakdown of the weight room, having to get up in the morning to be on the court at 5:45, 6 o'clock, not knowing, if I'm gonna stay out a little bit longer, I'm gonna stay up on the phone, how to adjust to just being able to do business, with our team. So for the newer guys, it's a little bit more of a transition period for them.
Absolutely. I was talking to Javius, and obviously year 3 for him on the court. On paper he's a senior, but taking on more of a leadership role. What is your message to him? As this season gets ready to start.
Jay is probably not a talker. He's a quiet kid, but he practiced extremely hard. He lifts weights extremely hard. So he's trying to assume a leadership role, but it's a little bit different because he doesn't use his mouthpiece to do it. It's more so when he's practicing, he's always going hard. If he V-cutting coming across the lane, he coming across hard. If he's defending in the post, it's hard. If he's running the lanes, it's hard. So I think his leadership is more so a quiet leadership, doing it by a guy just watching him and seeing what he's doing. But he's really doing a fantastic job for us inside. He's scoring the ball a lot better than he have in the past 2 years. And one of the things we talked to him about was he averaged 9.8 or 9.9 rebounds. We're trying to get that to 10 or 11, trying to get that double figures rebounding every night.
Absolutely. What other players on the team are you looking to take more of a leadership role this season?
Jonas James, because he's a point guard, he's another kid that's not a talker. He leads by example. He's a guy that loves to play in the game, but doesn't talk much at practice. That's one of the things we've been trying to get him to do more of, just be a vocal leader at practice, to push guys, compete every day, use his voice to control practice, because he does have the ball in his hand and he's the first line of defense on the defensive end. So we need a little bit more talking from him.
Absolutely. In terms of teams, obviously I mentioned this to Jay and Tristan, you want to win every game. Any particular, players or teams that, you obviously have circled on the schedule for this upcoming season, or just, maybe other players within the conference to watch out for?
I think just going into the season, the Mississippi State game was the most important one. It was the first game. It was a local game, an hour and a half away, playing a Power 5 conference school, so a chance for our kids to get to play a SEC school and really a home school. So that was the first one, just circling that one just because it was a home game. I mean, a home team game. So when you get to conference, you really don't look at conference so much right now. You try to look at your non-conference and your guarantee games and how are you going to get the team through these games. You try to put them in segments, maybe playing them 3 or 4 at a time, and see where we are on offense and defense, transition defense, and then try to build from that.
Absolutely. In terms of, still dealing with COVID-19, still trying to figure out, when you guys are going to start playing, as a coach, how have you, dealt with this? I mean, you're a coach, and then also, you have a family as well. Like, what has this been like for you?
For me, just trying to be safe, just trying to limit the people that I'm around, big crowds and things of that nature, just trying to stay away from that, and, washing your hands after, workouts, know the balls, putting your hand on balls where guys have you passing the ball to a guy, and then when you get finished with a workout, make sure you wash your hand. Or even doing the workout, just go over to the table and kind of, put the hand sanitizer on and do that. And going in the weight room where you working with the bar, and different guys have touched the bar, so you got to spray the bars down. So all of that is different. And just restaurants, trying to go to a drive-through instead of going to sit down and eat. and just limiting the amount of people that you're around, and making sure you got your face covering on, and those type things. And you just have to be careful. You have to be careful with where you go and what you do and how you do it.
In terms of, I know we talked about your players and stuff staying in shape, but in terms of just you, conditioning, staying together, just, mentally, physically, all of that, what were some of the things that you did?
It was easy for me because I'm a conditioned guy. Every morning there's a run for me. Every day is a yoga day for me. 3 or 4 days a week a light lift for me. So if anything, that COVID gave me more time to actually get up and work out, just because you don't have anything else to do. But my workouts didn't change because I was already pretty much working out every day. So workouts for me are still the same. I get up in the morning, run maybe 2 miles, do yoga before running or after running. When the team go and lift over 3 days a week, I light lift. I don't lift like they lift, but I have my own little program that I do, but it's a bunch of light lifting.
Absolutely. I appreciate your time.
All right, appreciate it.